Hi, this is my very first YouTube video, and these are going to be wellness videos, spiritual wellness, mental wellness, physical wellness, and I'm going to talk about everything, the whole gamut, and environmental wellness as well. And I'm going to talk about a bunch of different things within the wellness kind of spectrum, and every video is going to be a little bit different, and these are things that I feel very strongly about. My name is Denise Maxwell, and I have a background in nutrition, and I've got background also in environment, economics, so a whole bunch of different backgrounds. But anyway, in all these videos, I'm going to kind of uncover how I got to the point that I am right now, sitting here doing these videos. This is something that I never thought I'd ever be doing, but here I am. And it was an interesting and very long road for me. But anyway, the first thing that I want to talk about is grief. And the reason that I want to talk about that is because on Wednesday, today is Tuesday, so it'll be a week tomorrow, that we had to put our little cockapoo down. She was 17, almost 17. She was getting very sick, and she had kidney disease. She also had arthritis. And although I'm pretty much, I'm getting over the shock, well, not the shock, but the grief, it floored me, and it floored me way worse than I thought it would. It's just crazy how much the loss of a pet can do. I had to spend a lot of time and a lot of energy on Cece before she died, and so she became very much a part of me at that time. And also because I am ill as well, she had, like I was off on medical leave, and I had a lot of time to be able to spend with her. But yeah, I just want to talk about the last day of her life. I took her over to the school that's right across from where I live and let her walk around. She walked around in the grass a little bit. She used to go over there when she was younger and play with her friends. She loved to play ball. She would just chase the ball. Didn't matter how tired she was or how she would have done it all day if you had time to spend with her to do that. And so I took her over there so that she could remember that, and hear, familiar sounds of the kids running around. It was after the school was done. So, there's still a few kids there, and familiar smells and familiar sights if she could still see a little bit. I don't know how much she could actually see because her eyes were quite cloudy. But yeah, we spent part of the afternoon over there, and then I took her, and then she slept for the rest of the day. And her appointment at the vet clinic was at 6:15, and so I got her out over there, like, way ahead of schedule. There wasn't anybody there, so that was good. So I got to say my goodbyes to her. But this past week has been really, really tough for me. Like, I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking about her. It's not that I'm afraid, like that, that there's something bad. She's going on, in these videos, you're going to get an understanding of what my beliefs are, like in the afterlife, because I feel like that's very much part of wellness, is believing in something. Even if it is just believing in your own true self, like having something to be believing in. And so I'm going to be talking about my belief, and I believe that she has gone on. Her soul has gone on to the next life. So I'm not worried about that. It's just that I miss her. And, you know, like I'm looking at some of her things and still, you know, she's still there. And I don't know why I get so emotional about it, but yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. Um, but yeah, you know, like for those of you who do have a pet or had a pet and, you know, love that pet, grieving process is very real. And there might be people who, you know, it's just a dog or it's just a cat. It's not just a dog or just a cat. It's your pet. It's part of your family, and you deserve to grieve. You know, it's not trivial, and in some ways it's harder, you know, when a pet dies, because, you know, when a family member, friend, you know, like that, you get that support. People understand. People are around you. You know, they're there to help you in most cases. But, you know, when a pet goes, it's like, well, you know, you're, oh, that's too bad your dog died. Get over it. So it might be important to surround yourself with people who understand, you know, who have had pets and you know, have been there. And yeah, luckily I live in a building that, you know, like it's a pet friendly building. There's not that many around. And so a lot of my neighbors, you know, I told them when I was in the elevator, saw them around. So yeah, they all know and they understand, and that has helped a lot. So yeah, so as I continue this journey in my life, it's like a chapter of my life is over, because a lot of my time was spent, okay, I got to get Cece out the door at 4 o'clock or else she's going to pee the bed. And then at 8 o'clock, I had to get her out, and then sometime in the afternoon. So, you know, and trying to get her to eat because her appetite had diminished over time. And, you know, like getting her out for a little bit of exercise, but she had arthritis quite bad, so she couldn't get too much. So, you know, her quality of life wasn't that good at the end, but she was still happy and still willing to romp around a little bit. And we have another dog. He's 11 years old. His name is Abbott. And so, you know, we'll be continuing with him. And we did have a cat that we had to put down a few years ago. And that was kind of hard, but you know what? For some reason, as hard as it was with Cece, and it might be because I had to spend a lot of time with Cece, and so I had that bonding that was happening. But with the cat, like he was using his litter box, and you know, I was trying to get him to eat, but he was pretty much self-sufficient, sleeping most of the time, until it's like one day, he's suffering, and I probably should have done something before. Uh, but yeah, you know, that you very much miss your pets when they go, and you know, don't trivialize that. And so that's the first thing I want to talk about, because that's the thing that's on my mind right now. And I will talk about who I am and what I hope to achieve in this channel later, but I just wanted to get that off first. So that's my first video.